What's up, everybody? Welcome to video number 22 in the How to Draw series with Dave Dees. We only got 3 videos left after this one, so make sure we're paying attention. And if you missed any, make sure you go back and watch them. This one's about 2-point perspective. This is going to be the second formula that I'm teaching you about how you can use 2 vanishing points to make a different set of things where you're kind of looking at the front corner and they're going back in space. You'll understand a lot more after you've watched it. I don't want to fill your head up with too much stuff. Let's just get to it. Hello everybody, Dave Dees here, and I am coming to you with the next in our long line of drawing videos on how you're going to make yourself go from knowing whatever you know about art to the most that I can possibly teach you after 15 years of experience of teaching art, which I think is quite a lot. You'll definitely be able to make yourself as good as you feel like practicing your way up to being. Now, today we're continuing with our perspective lessons. We've been learning about how to create space with overlapping, changing amount of detail, changing the way how high or how low on the page something is, how big or how small something is, how light or how dark something is. These are all ways to create space. I've been over these in the most recent videos. You should go back and check those out if you've been missing them. We just finished with 2 different videos about 1-point perspective, and now we're going to do a video about 2-point perspective. This is the first thing that I ever did probably 1 million times in a notebook at school, and the thing that I did that I got addicted to is the thing that I'm going to teach you today, and it is just very basic 2-point perspective. And this is how we start. We start off with the horizon line. Horizon line is just the line that shows where the eye line is in the middle of our artwork, usually in the middle of our artwork. Sometimes the eye line is very high or very low. I'm putting this one in the middle just for the basics. Later on when you practice, feel free to experiment with higher and lower ones. Now normally we would put, in the 1-point, we put 1 vanishing point right in the middle. Now that we're on to 2-point perspective, we're going to put 2. We're going to put 2. And the main difference is, when we're doing 1-point perspective, you are, sorry not to advertise that company, you are drawing this part of the shape, and I'm teaching you how to make it look like it's going back in space. What you're going to do now is you're going to draw this line. And we're going to use 2 different points to teach us how to make these. Does that sound complicated? Oh yeah, that's probably because it is complicated. Well, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you at least twice. I'm going to start off with probably the easiest thing that we can do, and that is I'm just going to do a straight up and down line. 1. Straight up and down line. 2. I want you to practice at least one that is below and at least one that is above. Now, I've drawn my 2 things. This is easier than those squares that I drew, but I think the parts that are easier are probably over with between 1-point and 2-point perspective. Now we got to connect the bottom of this first line to this vanishing point. So very lightly. There's a lot of erasing in this. Make sure you draw lightly. You need to look back at previous videos about how to draw lightly. I actually teach that. One of my main tips is to move your hand further back on the pencil. Grab it from back here. But it's a great thing to have already practiced. That's why we do the lessons in the order that we do them in. And I am taking my time making sure I'm exactly lining up from where the tip of my pencil is going to hit this corner to exactly where the tip of my pencil is going to hit that dot. Now I've lined up the bottom to both. I need to line up the top to both. So, starting over here and lining up perfectly. One thing you can do, you can put your pencil at the tip of your line and just slide your ruler up to it and then line up to the vanishing point from there and lightly go. Don't get too confident and draw super dark just because you have a ruler in place. Again, I'm going to put my pencil here, slide it up to it, and turn until I see it hit the vanishing point. Connect. All right, so what do we know about in perspective when you're trying to end a shape? You decide that's far enough, I want to cut it off. We know that it needs to be parallel to what you have already drawn. So we started off with this straight up and down line. The only thing that's parallel to that is a straight up and down line. So how far do I want this to go over here? I'm going to make this side kind of skinny. I'm going to make sure that it's straight up and down, parallel. And then this side I'm going to make kind of long. Again, straight up and down, parallel. Now I'm going to erase my extra. And you see how lightly I drew mine, and mine aren't even completely erased, so I could have done a better job myself. I'm gonna erase this extra. Does that look like a rectangular prism or a 3D shape? No. It looks like two weird walls that are lined up like this, leaning up against each other. We need to close it. So, again, until you get to this point, pause, go back, listen, do whatever you need to. Once you're at this point, here's the next thing you're going to do. We're going to start connecting things to the vanishing points again. I need to take the things on this side and connect them to this vanishing point. I need to take the things on this side and connect them to this vanishing point. It's going to be a solid shape, so I only do the lines that wouldn't cross through something that I've already drawn. For example, if I connected this to here, that line's already there. But if I go to this open corner back here, I know I want to be, so I'm going to put my pencil right there. I'm going to slide this up until it hits my pencil and my vanishing point. I'm going to press it down nice and firm. I'm going to draw lightly for a long time. This part of this line you're going to have to erase, but you almost connect it. You don't have to connect it the whole way. And now I'm going to go from this one, this corner right here, to this vanishing point. So I put my pencil at the corner, and I line up my ruler to the vanishing point. I'm going to lightly draw my line. So now, does it look like I need to do anything special to make the back corner, or did it make itself? Yep, it made itself. So that is the basics. I've shown you. I'm going to now erase the extra. If you need to rewind that, no shame in rewinding and rewatching that. I'm going to show you a second time with this one up top so you can see the difference. And then I want you to, I'm going to tell you to practice this a lot. A lot of practicing is what's going to happen. But let's start from the top. Okay, so we know we have to connect the top and the bottom, or the top and the bottom, to both vanishing points. So let's start there. Vanishing point, line, connect. Vanishing point, top of the line. And one thing you'll see me do, you'll see it goes like this and then it goes like that. I don't push hard with my pencil. I push hard with this hand that's pushing down the ruler. I don't want that ruler moving anywhere. Line up vanishing point and corner. Push down with the ruler and gentle with the pencil. Vanishing point and corner. Push down with the ruler. Gentle with the pencil. All right, now let's make this one the opposite. I'm going to make, again, I have to draw parallel to this middle line. So I'm going to line it up here and slide it however far I want it to be. I want this to be my short side. I want that to be my short side. And then this one I want to be my long side. So I'm going to line it up again and slide it way back. Way back. Right there. Make sure it's still parallel with my eyes. Give it the best check I can. Boom. I'm going to erase my extra. All right, now all I have to do is take my corners that aren't connected to anything and connect them across to the opposite vanishing point. Example being from here to here. Press down hard on the ruler and gentle with the pencil. And then from here, here. And I know that I'm going to erase everything past where they cross each other. All right, so what do we have? We have two floating sticks of butter. This stick of butter up here at the top, you notice because it's above the horizon line, we can see a little bit of the bottom of it. And then we had one that was below the horizon line, this being the horizon line, of course. We can see a little bit of the top of it. So this is our point of view. This is the viewer's eye. And if you move something below it, you can see the top of it. If you move something above it, you can see the bottom of it a little bit. Very cool. You can see how we could shade, pick a light source. We could start getting into how is this one's shadow going to hit off of this one? Are they floating? Are they flying? Are they sitting on something? Are they actual objects? You could see how this could be the very beginning. If I added windows and then maybe a little shape off the front, I have one spaceship going this way. I have another spaceship going that way. Could be a bus, could be a truck, could be an 18-wheeler on the highway, anything like that. You really do have to use these sometimes in drawing. Sometimes you're looking out the window and you can see down on a little building that's across the street. You could draw something like that. You are going to have times when you're trying to draw realistic things that you're actually looking at where you need to use this. So I want you to practice this as much as you possibly can. Go ahead and practice this. I would say if we count this as one shape, try and do at least 10 to 20 shapes. Just draw a horizon line, vanishing point, line, 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 line. Maybe 5 on a page, 4 different pages. Just keep practicing until it's automatic and you're never confused about what the next step is. But this video is here anytime you need to be reminded what the next step is. It's always going to be here. So enjoy. Don't forget to smash like. You're welcome for being taught by the greatest teacher of all time. And you are now smarter than you were and better at drawing and possibly a better human being. Probably not. This is probably the first 2. But, you know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're anything like me, then when I was a kid, then that just totally captured your brain, learning how to do that. And you want to repeat that formula as many times as you can. The best way for you to repeat that formula is just practice. Just flip the page, practice. Flip the page, practice. I would get at least 4 full pages filled of this. Because we're starting to get to the end. You want to show that you're still capable of doing that work. If you're going to turn this sketchbook into a GT program or a magnet program or an art college or something like that, you want to show, hey, I keep working. Even when it gets difficult, I keep working. So let's show that work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last thing that I wanted to say. This is going to be at the end of every video, I do believe. When you are done with your homework, take it on over to the Discord and turn it into the art submissions. We want to see what you're working on. I will pop in from time to time, usually around 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't get weirded out by that. And I will give you feedback on the work that you have done. So make sure that you check the link below so that you can get to our Discord and you can join these submissions and start putting your art out there for people to see, give you feedback, help you get better at. I got a bunch of artists that have already gone through my class that hang out in there, and if you think you're going to do something funky, you're not, because my mods are going to get you. You understand what I'm saying? I might be a boomer, but my mods are powerful Zoomers. I'm not challenging you, though. Please don't mess with please, just be nice. Just do the artwork.